It's wonderful to see you all here this evening. You know, this morning, as you know, has become my tradition as I tried to figure out my remarks. I couldn't help reflect on the past events of the last few months. In the heat of the summer, while many of us were on vacation, cooling off, we peered into our screens and saw a city heating up with anger, with pain and fear. On the streets of an American city, tear gas flowed, intermingled with bottles, rocks, and occasional bullets. Town citizens stood across from National Guard troops. Something had gone terribly wrong. This was Ferguson, Missouri. The immediate source of this surreal scene was the tragic death of a young black man at the hand of a white police officer. This is perhaps an all too often occurrence, blurred by conflicting claims of police brutality and self-defense. But the story is much more complex and multi-layered than what appeared in those fateful seconds. It forced our country to examine deep and difficult issues. Among the layers of this story that struck me were the anemic levels of diversity of the police force and the city political leadership. Ferguson had only 3 black police officers out of a force of 50. The city had a white mayor and a largely white city council, all overseeing a community that was 70% black. If one needed evidence that the citizens of the community had little connection to or faith in their own town fathers, one only needed to observe that barely 12% of the electorate even voted in the mayoral election. Do we need any stronger evidence of the critical importance of diversity in our institutions, in our government, or in our companies? The value of diversity often, folks, can seem amorphous. If we're candid, diversity can sometimes feel to us like a fluffy, feel-good concept to which we pledge our commitment while wondering in the back of our mind if it really produces any direct benefit. This is especially true in a world driven by data and returns on investment. But the pictures of Ferguson speak louder than words. Human behavior and interpersonal connection drive societies and their progress. Healthy relationships and productive behavior hinge on trust. They depend on a sense of safety and security. They thrive when the people believe their employer, their government, their banker, or their baker share their interests and respect their values. Diversity is a critical component to establishing these intangibles of trust and security. You can only find common interests if diverse interests are seated around the table. And when you fail on a diversity front, you sow the seeds of distrust, skepticism, and discontent. And those seeds, as we saw, can become kindling that ignite, as they did in Ferguson. You know, long after the television crews depart that city, the people of that community will continue to grapple with what happened and try to build better, more diverse institutions of trust and mutual respect. But for those of us who were not on the ground, let's digest deeply the lessons that were on display. Let's put aside any whispering doubt in the back of our minds about the importance and the value of diversity. And with clear eyes and a full heart, let's renew and reinvigorate our commitment to the work that tonight's dinner is intended to celebrate. I am exceptionally proud of our industry's long-standing and deep commitment to diversity. The work that Walter Kaitz challenged us to do long ago continues with vigor and passion today, and it will, as it should, continue far into the future. Thank you so very much.